Tonight, Anthony Silva, the former mayor of Stockton, is once again in trouble with the law. Silva, who left the country yesterday, has a warrant out for his arrest tonight. Today, investigators searched his home and a charity organization he heads up. Good evening, I'm Sam Shane.
And I'm Adrienne Moore. CBS 13's Drew Bolea is live at Silva's home tonight with this developing story. Drew.
Well, the investigators today, they were looking for financial documents and records, and they searched those two different locations, including Silva's home here in North Stockton. And we talked to some neighbors that were in the neighborhood at the time, and they tell me this is pretty much the same story, just a different chapter.
It's part of the last 4 years.
Really?
So I'm not surprised.
Former Stockton Mayor Anthony Silva is again surrounded by a cloud of legal questions.
There's a lot of things that make you scratch your head.
Today, the San Joaquin County District Attorney's Office issued an arrest warrant for Silva and spent hours searching his home and the Stockton Kids Club, which Silva heads up. The organization used to be part of the Boys and Girls Club up until 2013 when their charter was revoked. Silva was the executive director at the time. At each location, investigators carried out computers and boxes of documents.
It's just financial records were taken and some other documents.
Alan Sawyer is Silva's attorney. He says the new investigation is solely financial, but wasn't able to go into detail. He says the recent run-in with the law has nothing to do with Silva's pending charges in Amador County. Over the summer, he was accused of eavesdropping on a game of strip poker with teens at his mayor's camp and providing them with alcohol. The felony eavesdropping charges were dismissed. The other misdemeanor charges are pending.
We're just going to, look at it one day at a time. While Anthony Silva's on a vacation overseas.
Silva is currently out of the country, posting yesterday on Facebook, apparently Stockton can manage without me, so I've decided to go explore the world. Back home, a world of trouble awaits. The former mayor once again facing an arrest, his house and organization raided. Still, supporters are sticking by his side.
You said he's a lovely man.
Yes, he's great. Thank you.
Now, what exactly those charges are, we won't know until tomorrow. That's when they become public, once they are actually filed. And as for Silva, it's not clear when exactly he'll return to the country.
Drew, I'm just curious, as his lawyer, because you talked to his lawyer tonight, has he advised his client that he needs to get home, that there's a warrant for his arrest?
You know, he was trying to get in touch with him as we were. I sent him a text message. I called him and was unable to get through to Anthony Silva. His lawyer tells me that he is in the process of getting in contact with him. I also spoke with the DA's office and asked if Silva is now a fugitive. They said they're not using that term just yet. They're going to give him a little bit of time to make an effort to come back to the United States, but they didn't put that off the table.
All right, very interesting developments there, Drew. Thanks very much for the update live for us tonight from Stockton. Today's arrest warrant is the latest in a string of legal trouble for Silva. Now, Drew mentions the arrest last summer at his kids' camp.
That investigation started when FBI agents seized Silva's laptops and a cell phone at the San Francisco airport. The seizure, which happened back in September of 2015, sparked a task force investigation involving the FBI, San Joaquin County Sheriff's Department, and Stockton Police. And charges came from the DA in Amador County back in August, where the alleged crimes took place.
Meanwhile, a week before Silva's arrest in Amador County, the San Joaquin County DA confirmed a stolen gun that belonged to Silva was used in 2 crimes, including the murder of a 13-year-old boy. The murder was in February of 2015, and Silva reported the gun missing a month later in March.
And in December of 2014, a limo carrying Silva was reportedly trashed by a group of passengers. They left broken glass, kicked in TVs, and bloodstains. The limo driver called 911 when one of the passengers became violent. The mayor was not charged with a crime. Silva later said he was not responsible for the damage.
As you can tell, there are many layers to this story. CBS 13 will continue to follow the latest developments surrounding the developing story, and we're going to bring you the latest details on air and on our website, cbs13.com.